Hotep Poo, you guys. I just wanted to do a quick little video just talking about some like random things, a couple of things. So I don't even know what to label this video as. First I want to start off by saying I was watching one of my friends' videos and they were talking about how they used to be afraid to be like a great person. They were afraid to be great. I guess kind of because I don't know, I'm not that person, but it brought some things to my attention like, oh, this is a good video. I should talk about a couple of these things and address some things that I got some emails about. And one of the things was someone was asking me like how old I was, and then they were like, oh, so you're doing music. So my whole thing when it comes to music is when it is your music is boxed into a specific type of sect, like rap or R&B or something. It's kind of sexist when it comes to women. Like you're supposed to be this little young tenderoni or some sex symbol or something. And with me, I always avoided everything where it can consist or result in failure, right? You know, like, say for instance, moving to a whole different town where I don't know nobody and I ain't got no backup if I need like a sitter or gotta borrow some money or need something or get a jump. I don't have nobody there. Well, that's totally different from saying I'm just going to quit my job and put all my faith in becoming a healer, or I'm going to quit my job and move all the way to another side of town and just work on my music. Now, one of the people I can say is Miss Aphrodite Stone. She is like one of those people that just lifts your aura. Like you feel real energized and pumped up to do something with yourself after you watch her, because she don't play, and I was one of those people that was just like, if I can calculate like the good and the bad in the situation, then I'll take a gamble. I'll be like, oh, what's the worst that can happen? This moving situation don't work out, and then I gotta call like a family member and sleep on their couch until I get it together. Then yes, that's a gamble that I'm willing to take. If that means that I could provide a better lifestyle for my children as well as a proper education for them. And as far as that goes, I got a lot of fucking slack for that. I got a lot of slack for moving to the suburbs and having my kids or having one of my kids in a predominantly white school, which was always mixed. It had a healthy amount of minorities. I wouldn't have my kid just in a school where people are looking at her hair like, why is your hair like this? It was just my family's opinion, like, hey, you came from the hood and you worked out fine. And I don't think I would have worked out too fine if I would have went to school my whole life in that area, because then I wouldn't have seen that there's other aspects of life, other way of thinking. I wouldn't have been around other families like, oh, wait, you get to actually talk about your feelings with your parents? Wait, people talk about feelings? Like, how does that work? And it helped me a lot to see that, I have a chance. Like, I can, get good grades and go to college and get the fuck out of here, and that's when I was stuck in the world. Then it just got to a point where it was like, this is just healthy or not healthy. I don't like the way everybody be over here talking shit. So I don't want that shit talking around my fucking kids. I just don't understand how someone can look at me, talk about me, and be like, oh, she thinks she the shit. But yeah, you be talking about your best friend or talk about your sister or maybe even your mom as soon as they leave the room. But the way that I was raised, I grew up in an abusive household, so sometimes, like everything was blunt. Like, yes, I want to go to this school. Well, motherfucker, you better start saving some money because we ain't got no money for your shit. You better get a fucking scholarship. School ain't for everybody. you know, or, oh, you're just going to be just like your mom, you know. And I was the product of a teen parent, not like a 17, 18-year-old. My mom was 14 when she got pregnant and 15 when she had me. And I started college when I was 16 years old. I was in 10th grade and going to college at the same time. And I did everything that somebody said I couldn't do. But when it came to making like big, giant moves to where I could face embarrassment or ridicule, like to have ridicule and have some success was like a way of how Scorpios behave. Like, you know, you said I wasn't gonna be able to do this, now look at this new car, fuck you. That's just how Scorpios are, you know, like, oh, you said I wouldn't change and now I'm a whole different person. You're the same John that I met last year, you know. And I just, like, as far as like the way my thinking was, I had things holding me back. Like, you grow up and you see only a certain standpoint, and you see other aspects, but then people try to put you in a box like, oh, well, that shit ain't for you, you know, that's just for white people, or you can't do that, or, you know. Not saying that anybody was prejudiced, it's just that when they can only see the four walls in front of them, that you're sitting in a room with that person and all they can see is the room, but you can see the next room over. You're already imagining that room without seeing it, or you can imagine like what's outside of that window in the next room, and you can see the mountains, you know, but that other person's like, well, this is all I can physically see, and that's all that's here is what I can see and touch. And so I let that affect me. I let it affect me to the point to where, like, when I did open my mouth and sing or do something, as far as like rapping, I've been rapping since I was like 9 years old. I used to have my own little radio show. I danced as a kid. I was in a dance group with like 19-year-olds, and I think I was like 9 or 10 when I started dancing and traveling and, you know, meeting all these famous people and stuff. And then that fell off, and it was just something that I shied away from because I didn't like the business, I didn't like the people, but also it was a subconscious type of thing. Like, I kind of felt like I wasn't good enough. Like, maybe I'm wasting my fucking time. This is not logic to me. You know what I'm saying? To like go and actually do something that you want to do, versus you knowing what you can do to bring in a certain amount of money is not logical from what, you know, the way I was thinking before. So I went to do a video. I did like 3 videos, and they were all on my cell phone. I haven't loaded them up yet. I don't even know if I'm still going to load them up. One was me at the beach, collecting seaweed and showing you like what I do, how to heal my bath, and how to heal aches and pains and arthritis with it, and thanking everybody. Then I did another one. I was hiking in the park a couple of days ago, but these fucking mountain lions, man, they ain't playing. And I was just like, hey, since half of the video I'm running down the trail like, shit, I think I just seen a mountain lion. So I don't even know how much of that video is on there, you know, but here I am rambling, trying to avoid the inevitable, which is basically expressing my emotions. And you guys, I just thought that I wasn't good enough. I thought that when I did try to approach, you know, rapping and things like that, it was always, are you going to do somebody to get put on? Or you're going to be working just with your uncle and whoever your uncle said that he liked working with, and then you get studio time whenever he say you get studio time, and then once he released that CD, he's going to own you, and then you have to do like this gangster, like I don't understand what this gangster fucking female gangster rap shit is about. Like, if that lady was like a dude and rolled like a dude, I understand that, but then it's like a woman, what's tough about being a woman is being a fucking woman, not trying to emulate a fucking man, unless that's your sexual preference and that's the way that you are, because I understand that too. I'm a tomboy. I'm still a fucking tomboy. As a kid, I played football with all the boys. I sit there and listen to them talk about who they was doing in the neighborhood. and, you know, sat there and dealt with their ridicule as far as them, like, saying, oh, I didn't have no body, I was skinny as hell, you know. So I knew better, like, okay, don't put out. This is what they talk about when you ain't around, you know. But that was just me as, like, my growing process. I'm not gonna sit up here and be at the, even when, before I was spiritual, I wasn't feeling the fact that people were trying to make me be some hardcore ass fucking gangster, and I have been through a lot of stuff, and I don't know if I should express that in my music or not, because what I'm doing with my music is trying to create parables and things that when somebody listens to it, that voice, you know, that music pop up in their head, somebody start talking shit and they're like, yeah, I had to hit you with a and take a trip to the suburbs, or, you know, I'm concentrating, you know, you fucking up my vibration. You're like, oh yeah, I know that one. Versus, my life is hard, this is what this person did to me, and this is what that person did to me. I just don't think it's necessary. I don't think it's necessary. To talk about it is one thing, but to have that vibration put out in music is another. And then today, I went to a little flea market to go get me some more stones. I think I'm becoming kind of like a stone hoarder. I don't know what it is. It's like, I'm not going to spend any money. And then I wake up and I'm like, okay, I'm going to go there and I'm going to just get some snacks from, you know, I'm going to go get me some fresh coconuts from the coconut guy. And then I turn around and I see the stone lady and she be like, hey. I'm like, shit. And I start buying stones. Today I bought like a little, like these tiny oval obsidian pieces for my daughter's necklaces, and then I got like what is this, magnetite, a big raw stone to put in the middle over my bed. And then I got these other stones that I bought last weekend, and I put those under the mattress, you know, the mattress, in between the mattress and the box spring, and lined them up in the color of the chakras, you know. So I'm at the flea market, and this lady walks up to me, and she's like, your energy signature, your energy is just awesome. And I was like, thank you. But the feeling that I got from her was not a feeling of how you would regularly feel when you're around someone else. It was like a lucid type of feeling, like how it would feel after you cleansed your space. Like, say you put a bunch of put a bunch of crystals up, and then you activated your grid. If you know what I'm talking about, there's like a lucidness feeling in that room once you do that. And then sometimes if the person's really sensitive to it, they'll just automatically relax so much that they get sleepy. And she was like, do you feel my energy signature? What does it feel like? I was like, you make me feel sleepy. You know, and I didn't express any emotions or anything while I was talking to this woman. So eventually the chick was like, look, there's some things I need to tell you, and you got your kids with you, but I have my little tent over here. And I was like, look, I ain't got no money. Man, I got no money, lady. Not for that shit. And the lady was like, it ain't even about the money. I don't even trip. And we ended up looking at the lady because she had this little dog, and my little one is so obsessed with little tiny dogs and want to get a dog after I got rid of this 125-pound big old drooly dog that I love. I don't think a little dog's a real dog. Anyway, let me get back, drifting off the subject. So just to entertain the situation, I went back to the lady and I was like, you know, I totally avoid people like you. And she's like, why? And I was like, because not all clairvoyants are clairvoyants, and not all clairvoyants are there for a good purpose. And the only thing that I feel like a clairvoyant could tell me is what they see, what they think they see in my future. I'm the fucking navigator of my shit. So you could tell me in 2 fucking weeks I'm gonna be out in the street and I'll be like, no bitch, no I'm not. Now I got that new and I got this, and now I got a better place. You know what I'm saying? Or your love life is rocky, and then you going home and getting fucking love poems and bubble baths and all kind of romantic things, and the person doesn't even know what the hell they're talking about. Or somebody that just put some shit into your mind and make you think until that shit start coming true, and they're actually putting witchcraft on your ass, and then you go and paying to get some fucking roots put on you every time you go to see the person. You like, oh, they know everything. No, them motherfuckers sending agents out, boogeymans around your motherfucking house, and you sit up there paying for some boogeymans and don't even know it. So I was like, shit, this lady ain't about to get no exchange of energy from me. Money has energy on it, and when I transfer her that fucking money out of my hand to her hand, that has a transfer of energy. So I did not feel anything negative coming from her. I felt a great sense of concern, like she was so fucking worried. She was like, can your kids sit over there? And I was like, yeah. And she was like, I don't need to touch you or anything. She was like, who's this guy? You need to leave him alone. He is draining your kids' energy. You learn how to block his energy, but now he's feeding off your kids. And I was like, what the fuck is she talking about? Like, I ghost that dude so long ago. And yes, I do have to see him every other week, sometimes twice, 3 times a week, depending on how many times he's in the area, because he does concerts with his family. And so we have to take advantage of the fact, me as a mom, I know how it is when you're a single parent and the other parent is tired of one parent, the kids end up suffering. So he's a moody person. He is mundane. And I don't know if he's going to be at high or fucking low when I deal with him. The only thing I could do is send a prayer his fucking way, have my fucking love stones, and have my fucking shit protected, so when he does come into my presence, whatever is attached to his ass is going to stay outside. And she was just like, no. It's like feeding on your kid. That's why your kid is never satisfied. You can tell with the looks on her face. You can tell you're clairvoyant. Your mother isn't, but you got it from your grandmother. And your grandmother has always known, but never told you. And I was like, what the fuck? And then she was like, yeah, that's what she's saying. Like, what do you mean that's what she's saying? So you're telling me you're talking about, you know what I'm saying? So I am such a fucking skeptic. That's how I got stuck in the fucking church for so fucking long, because I sat there with my lips twisted like, I ain't gonna believe nothing you say. Then when you see demons jump out of somebody, like for real, not pretend like get on the floor and act like you shaking all over. No, when a motherfucker got shit in their forehead and their forehead starts going, and then a bitch jumps on the pastor and tries to fuck him. Like, and then the mom does it with the mom's there praying, and then all of a sudden she trying to jump and fuck him, and then the chick's like, are you ready? And they're like, ready for who? Your visitor. And then the doorbell rings, another pastor coming in to fucking do some exorcism. Like, I ain't got, when I seen that and all the other stuff I had seen in my life, and they was like, we can get it to go away, because I was like, oh, here come that, something really dramatic happened. And because I couldn't explain it, or I didn't understand it like I understand now, I went to these people and I had that stuff prayed away. But it's prayed away to the point where I don't see anything, but I still get feelings. And I know when somebody's about to lie to me before they even lie. They'll be like, this motherfucker's about to start lying. And I'll just have to look at them. And sometimes I read people and they get the shakes while they're next to me. This happens several times to my daughter's father. He'd be like, all right, then I gotta go. Lady's telling me all this crazy shit, you guys, and I stay with my stones, I stay having all of my stuff, but I just don't know what to do with that, because she was like, the job that you have right now, you didn't even need it. And she was like, you have money coming. And I was like, yeah, it's easy to fucking start looking at people's energy signature if you have little demon helpers and shit like that, because that's how I think. There is natural people that are clairvoyant, but then there's a lot of people that have tapped into some shit. And she was just like, do you understand that when you're protecting yourself from him, that you can open up other doors behind you and things can come and attack you from behind? And she was like, and I want to help you with all of this stuff, and your music or whatever it is that you're trying to do that's creative, you need to go and do that. So you know how I said the opposer always works. You get 99% of the truth and 1% of a fucking lie. Will I go and see that lady? It'd be a cold day in hell. Like, I thought about it and I entertained it for quite a minute, and then I was like, oh, where are you from? Oh, thank you. Oh, it's an animal in there, huh? Do I have what? Oh, no.
Are you singing or something?
Am I a singer? Yeah.
Just what I do for living. I'm a band.
You have a band? Oh, wow. That's so cool.
So we need to sing like you.
You need a singer like me? Do you have a card? Isn't that crazy? I'm just sitting here trying to do a damn video. Somebody just pulls up the Matrix.
Can you put the YouTube? This one?
I am on YouTube right now.
Can you put my name?
Yes. What's your name?
I hope I'm not rude.
No, you're not being rude. He wants to just do a plug, you guys. It's a guy from Israel. He's in a band, and he just
This is Mr. Handsome.
Mr. Handsome. How you doing, Mr. Handsome?
Mr. Handsome. I'm just the clown guy, you know? Put P-I-N-I.
P-I-N-I.
Yeah. Can you put on YouTube?
I'm recording a video on
Oh,
YouTube.
I'm so sorry.
It's okay.
So after that, put a human.
Okay. Just give me his name. I don't think he understood that I was doing a video live, but it's cool, you guys. But this has been happening to me like every other day. I don't know if I told you guys I was leaving like the juice place and ran into the Jacksons. And they were like, do you sing? Do you do anything? At the time, I was just like, no, I don't know. Not really. I used to, you know. You guys tell me what you think about some of that stuff. Even like the psychic lady and all that.
You're a
Tell me
clown.
what
This is my name. P-I-N-I.
Penny?
Yeah, my last name is Cohen.
Cohen.
C-O-H-E-N.
Okay.
The song says Matana. Matana Mutual Gift.
Okay.
It was on Channel 7 national.
Okay.
Was something hysterical. Right? But telephone number, not too bad.
So I was like, something's missing.
This is Mike, by the way. Mike is my best friend.
How you doing, best friend? How you doing?
We get to know the girls. He's got 6 pack. Come on.
All right, you guys. So I'm gonna hit you back. I want you to tell me what you think and what I should do, or if maybe you can give me some advice or something. That's fine.
I just bought a house in the hill of sorry.
Chatsworth?
No, not this way. You know, Santa Cruz? No, not Santa Cruz. What's it after Bonetka? What's the name of the street?
DeSoto.
So you take a left.
Serenia.
You take a left and so you go up the hill. You know.
You're by the park.
No, but you made a base.
Okay.
I mean everything. Okay, so the park is you look over the mountain. You know.
Okay.
It's a beautiful place. You know. We just try to fix it. But look at that. They give me call. Tell me, it's in Hebrew.
Okay.
And it says God gave us a beautiful gift. He gave us what? He gave us the life. And He gave us gorgeous gifts like you.
Thank you very much.